go. What is going on, everybody? Hell yeah, dude. We got a Niners dub. Screw the normal intro. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Am I right, dude? Appreciate you guys who are showing up. Liam giving me crap as always. Doggone on I. Hey, neither do I, my friend. Neither do I. I get up super early in the morning, but that's okay. It's Monday. I got work tomorrow. That's all right as well. I am trying something new. I'm trying to go live on TikTok. I'm live on TikTok right now. I'm not getting anything, but I'm not too sure. Never done it before. But yeah, we all gotta wake up. Come on, 7 a.m. Wake up, baby. Yeah, yeah. We are here. The Niners are them. I cannot. I'm just so excited. Appreciate you guys joining on the TikTok. I'm going live on YouTube right now. First time going live on TikTok. Hopefully you can hear me okay. But we are celebrating a Niners victory today. Finally, we beat Aaron Rodgers in the regular season. I couldn't be more happy about it, bro. Bang, bang, Niner gang, my guy. Bang, bang, Niner gang. I have so much to talk about with this game. So much happened. There's a lot to take away. I was a little worried at first, but that's just me. Every single season, the first game of the season, I'm a little worried. I'm a little nervous, and that's natural, right? That is completely natural. Like I said, I am going live on TikTok. This is my first time going live on TikTok. So if you see me looking around at different screens, that's exactly what I'm doing here. I have no idea how to even look on comments or anything. But this is cool. I see some people are joining. Appreciate you joining the TikTok. Big E says F Monday was up with 25 points. I still had McCaffrey and lost. Dude, I almost came back. I was down. I had two players. I was down by like 40 points, and I had Garrett Wilson, who only got 10 points in a full PPR league. And then I had my boy Jake Moody, who had like 23, 26 points. What an absolute stud, right? Hands, I was for sure super nervous about Jake Moody coming to the season because last year we're on a roller coaster going up and down, and you don't want that, right? Because you go from Robbie Gold, right, good as gold, to from a rookie that you take in the third round, Jake Moody, and he is just perfect today. Perfect. Even with the one that doinked the post and went in. Oh my gosh. California pride. I'm from Texas. For those of y'all who do not know, I am born and raised Texas since I was 5 years old. Grew up a Niners fan, still a Niners fan. Witnessed Super Bowl losses back to back. Like it's horrible. But what a great way to start off the season. Kittle jersey dumb though. Travis Kelce better. I don't know. We could talk about that later. BA look rusty. Needs to catch some balls in practice. You have no idea how much I was yelling. My wife was getting mad at me, but I was yelling a lot, right? I was yelling a lot because Brandon Ayuk, his first target, boom, drop pass. And I get it, right? Sauce Gardner was there. He knocked out of his hands. But, dude, you're a wide receiver one now. You're getting paid as a wide receiver one. You're going to be making those catches, right? There's no excuse. I like how on TikTok you can see my signed jerseys in the back. I still don't know how I could see like comments and stuff. Maybe leave in the comment section in YouTube so you can help me out. I'm an old man, as some of our subscribers like to say. But yeah, that one drop pass that was laid out perfectly by Brock Purdy in the corner of the end zone. I called it. I told my wife, I was like, look, let's check this out. This is Brandon Ayuk, right corner of the end zone. It's up to Purdy, see if he could get it there. And he gets it there perfectly. But the only thing is, like, he drops it, right? He makes a diving attempt, but he drops it. You're getting paid as one of the top wide receivers in the league, buddy. You got to get that. You got to get it. Zenobia, K Dithers, appreciate you being here, Zenobia. Go Niners, bang, bang, Niner gang. Dude, I'm on cloud nine all the way up until Sunday. Cloud nine all the way up until Sunday. I don't care. We beat Aaron Rodgers. I'm happy about it. You had Brock Purdy, who played well. I'm not saying he played great. He played well. Our offense started off very rusty. You could definitely tell, very rusty. You had big guy Trent Williams, the silverback, going into the locker room to get an IV put in him. Like, maybe that's what happens whenever you're not practicing all off season, right? At least go hit the weight room, my guy. But he looks big. He looks bigger than last year, but he did very well. No complaints there. How about Jordan Mason, though? What a beast. Now, this is a guy. If it wasn't for Jordan Mason, we'll be talking about Jake Moody, right? Jordan Mason, what an absolute stud. And this is a guy that people liked. A lot of Niners fans liked a lot. So here we go. I see one comment here. Muhammad Mugrabi says, Niners look scary. I sure hope they keep the energy, Mo. Appreciate you joining us live on TikTok. This is my first time on TikTok. So if you guys could help me out, I really have no idea on how to keep up with comments. I'm going to do my best to do so, but appreciate you guys live there. We are also live on YouTube. You can find us at NSP Football Talk. I believe the link is down in the bio of TikTok. So appreciate you being there. It says I could do filters. I'm not too sure. But yeah, Jordan Mason, what an absolute stud. We knew who he was, what type of player he is. He's a great, phenomenal player. Free agent that we got picked up. He's been with the team for about 3 years. And this guy just absolutely kills it. He was averaging like 5.7 yards last year, and he gets an opportunity in this game, and he played his resume. This is his resume that he just played. He's going to have a future in the NFL, whether it be with us, whether it be with another team, but he proved that he is a running back one. And it was awesome to see that. Let CMC take another week off. I wouldn't mind that. You know, I'm not looking for the regular season. I'm looking for postseason. I want these guys healthy. CMC, we got him for 4 more years. There's no need to rush him. I believe next week, correct me if I'm wrong, I should know this, but we got the Minnesota Vikings here next week, who looked really good. Sam Darnold looked very good. We do have the Vikings, at noon Sunday. Looking forward to that. P.S. If New York Jets want to beat San Francisco, they need a QB who knows how. Hear this, RW3 guy who knows how. Oh, my gosh. Hey, dude. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of Aaron Rodgers. I used to be a big fan of Aaron Rodgers when he first started. And then as of the recent years, I've just slowly lost my interest in him. He's still a great player. I can't diss on that. Phenomenal player. He does what he does best. He got that touchdown off that free play. You know, good for him. But I just cannot stand him as of late. But yeah, it's good to take a victory in the regular season against Aaron Rodgers, even though he's not with the Packers. Feel bad for Robert Saleh. I do believe he is in the hottest seat as far as coaches in the NFL. Hopefully, it does pan out for him. But I mean, we'll see what happens. I think they'll have a decent year. Liam says, Trey and I working overtime on TikTok with the light. Hell yeah, dude. Appreciate you so much, Liam. Appreciate you so much, Trey. If you guys are on the TikToks, help me out. Help me out. I see Diego 2021 says, go Tampa. The Tampa Bay fan. Okay. Tampa Bay fan. I'm a Baker. That's a squirrel. I see a squirrel on TikTok. That's absolutely nuts. I've never done this before. But yeah, Tampa Bay fan. Baker Mayfield looked great. But appreciate you, Liam, as always. I wish I could see you more here in the lives, but I know you got work. Simo, my guy, another Texas guy who's repping the Niners, says, yo, we got that dub. Muhammad sent me the squirrel. Appreciate you, Muhammad. Thank you for joining us here live. But yes, we got that dub. Mason finally out the doghouse. It's been a while, right? It's been a while since we've seen Jordan Mason all last year. Thankfully, there was no injury with CMC, but all last year we get CMC 100% of the time. This game, first game of the season, we get Jordan Mason out there, right? And then we get we get our rookie. His name's slipping my mind. We get our rookie coming in because Jordan Mason needed a breather, and then a timeout happened, and then Jordan Mason goes right back in. But good for him. That's literally his resume for the NFL. So awesome. If you guys are on YouTube, remember, if you're watching on TikTok, I usually go live on YouTube at NSP Football Talk. If you guys haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. We haven't even hit 1,000 subscribers, and I see that we have over 1,000 people here or 1,000 likes. So if you guys haven't yet, hit us up on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. It helps me out a ton. But one thing that was plain clear as day, right? Rust. You had Trent Williams starting off slow. You had Brandon Ayuk starting off slow. The miscommunication between Brock Purdy and his wide receivers, that was a huge factor in the beginning of the game. And this is something that I called out in the preseason. I know it wasn't with his wide receiver ones, but I said, hey, there's some miscommunication between Brock Purdy and his wide receivers. They're not on the same page, and that needs to get better. And I do believe that will get better throughout as the season progresses. So I'm not too worried about that, but we look good. Faithful. We look good. Trey says, do you have two webcams? No, I don't have two webcams. Technically, I do. I'm using my webcam for my podcast. And then over here for TikTok, I'm using my phone. So let me know if you can hear me good. Hopefully you can. I'm using a mic. I don't know if y'all can see that on TikTok. Using a mic here for the YouTube channel. And I'm using the phone for its microphone. But you already know. So yeah, miscommunication, that was huge for Brock Purdy in early on the game. Then as the game progressed, you saw the team get a little more comfortable. You saw them get in the rhythm. But besides Jordan Mason, I mean, our guys to really give thanks to is our defense. Our defense looks so good, so dangerous. And I was ticked off. I was ticked off in the beginning because it was quite obvious what the Jets were doing. There were just two options, right? It wasn't hard. It's what the Seattle Seahawks love to do to us. They just have one guy that they go to, one guy that they go to, and they're going to Garrett Wilson. That was it. They're exposing Deommodore Lenoir. I was getting pissed off at Demo, and I was like, bro, what are you doing? You know where it's going. It's a first game jitters. I'll give him that. But then towards the end, when he knocked that ball and DFF gets that interception, cherry on top. You are forgiven, my friend. But that was, yeah, play calling offensively for the Jets wasn't that great. I mean, what do you expect? I think they have one of the worst offensive play callers in the league. That's just my opinion. Other people might disagree, like Reed. Reed might disagree. But we did it, guys. We freaking did it. Liam says, just came in that Jordan Mason found out he was starting on Friday night. Implies that CMC might be out longer than expected. So a lot of people were talking about this, and I know my guys, my co-hosts here on NSP, were talking about this earlier, saying, hey, this must be serious. CMC turns out he's not healthy enough to play the first game. It's what Kyle Shanahan does, right? Kyle Shanahan, he announces things at the last minute, right? Because he feels like that gives him an edge over any other team. And sometimes that works, that's just the way he works. So him announcing the injury for Christian McCaffrey, that was a deadline on when it needs to be announced for any player. And then he announced it very last second, last minute, that he will not be playing this game, just to get the upper hand, or for them to continue game planning for CMC, and then we go a different route. It's all strategy, right? I'm not too worried about it. CMC, I full on believe, hey, you know what? This guy, he still has some soreness. Let's go ahead and run with our second guy. Let's rest him week 1, and we'll come back week 2. But again, appreciate all you guys who are here on TikTok. This first time on here, having a lot of fun so far. We've been on for not too long. But I do want to talk about. Trey says, I think you sound better on your phone than your mic. Oh, wow. That's interesting. That's one thing to keep in mind. I do have another mic. This mic is a little old. It is a Blue Yeti. I was thinking about getting one of those Shure mics. Those are phenomenal. But one thing that almost gave me a heart attack during the game was Deebo Samuel when he dove for that touchdown and that ball like nearly pops out. Oh my gosh, I was sweating at home. My goodness, I know I'm in Texas, but I got the AC full crank over here. Man, I was sweating at home. You see that ball pop out, and then he contains the ball, remains with control of it, and it's just wow. I almost lost it. My wife was going crazy as well. Another thing too was penalties. At one point, the Niners was just full of lingerie, right? Yellow lingerie. And when I say lingerie, I'm talking about flags. You got flags coming in left and right. And one was even called back because it was a horrible call with offensive pass interference against Kyle Juice. So they took that back. Happy that happened. But at one point, it was getting kind of ridiculous where you just want to be like, hey, come on, guys. Let's just play the game. That's all we want to do here. Um, you have any updates on Dre Greenlaw's return? Only updates that I have is that his recovery is on pace. It's looking good. He started off the year on the pup list, physically unable to perform, so he will be back in the next 3 games, hopefully. So yeah, he has to miss 4 games, and once he comes back, dude, this defense is just gonna get better. This defense, the pressure all night was there. The pressure all night was there. You had Bosa just absolutely tearing him up. It was awesome. I know we only got 1 sack, but they were a huge part. Fred Warner's on another level, like he is, man. This guy all over the place, doesn't miss a tackle. You could definitely tell that Dre Greenlaw is not there. So just imagine when he does return, how that defense is going to look, how much better that defense is going to be. Appreciate you guys. I see Jacob Hudenberg. What's going on, dude? I haven't seen you in a while, man. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you joining me here live on TikTok. First time here ever. Also live on YouTube. So if you guys want to check us out, that is NSP Football Talk on YouTube. We are a small channel trying to go. Liam says, once Pearsall is ready to play, the offense options are going to mess with defenses big time. And a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people are going to say that, Brandon Ayuk, he was very rusty, which he was. He needs more time. He got paid. He's not going to perform. I think he will perform. What's up, Jacob? Love you too, man. I see your comments there. I think he will perform. But a lot of people, players, just totally tuned out Jawan Jennings this game. Jawan Jennings made some very clutch plays alongside with Kyle Juszczyk, and those guys were unaccounted for in some defensive plays. Like, you can't do that. These guys are game changers. It was second and long, and whenever we have a long play, us faithful, it's usually third down, right? We call it third and Jawan because we know that this is Jawan's bread and butter. This is where he thrives, right? So yeah, the Niners do have a lot of weapons. Speaking on the Niners having a lot of weapons, hopefully I'm not going to hear, oh, Brock Purdy didn't do as well because CMC wasn't there. Brock Purdy played very good. He played very well. He had, I think, 3 throws in the third quarter that 2 of them were way too high. On one of those way too high throws, it was almost an interception. And then he had one really low pass. But overall, Brock Purdy played pretty well. I see you, Reed, here on TikTok. Appreciate you joining here live. Third and Jawan. Freaking love it, man. It was awesome. It was second and Jawan today, and he comes out clutch. A lot of people came out clutch. Even Brock Purdy, under pressure, had a couple of flat-footed throws, and he still got it to his target. Wow. Like I said, not saying Brock Purdy was amazing, not saying he was the greatest on the field. I'm just saying, like, he played a very good game. Can't be mad at it, and that's all you need in a Kyle Shanahan offense is an above par quarterback. And that's it. Trey says Pearsall at the game was pretty cool. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I like how they interviewed him. Very well aggressive, I would say decent. Trey says on the live TikTok, but yeah, Pearsall, look at him. I'm glad he's up there. I'm glad he's working out. He says if he had a chance, he would love to be out there in the field and suit up. Hopefully that is soon. I'm really curious to see what this guy has in store as far as talent. How about Moody too? He definitely won and lost a fantasy match. He almost helped me come back from almost a 40-point deficit on fantasy football. I had him and Garrett Wilson. Moody came in clutch, and he crushed it. He was perfect all night. I couldn't be happy. I did say good as gold one time. It slipped out because of our former kicker, Robbie Gold. But it's a mood now. It's a mood. Appreciate Jake Moody and what he's done and how much better he's gotten. Biggie lost because of Moody and CMC being out. He was up by 25. That's harsh. That's rough, my friend. Hopefully, Biggie, you have a different outcome next week. I know for fantasy wise, I'm in 5 leagues. Week 1 wasn't the greatest to me. I won 2 of the 5, but it's all about how we come back. Another thing I wanted to talk about was the amount of holds. I guess something's just never changed, right? the amount of holds on Nick Bosa. There's one point where they had Nick Bosa on a chokehold and nothing was called right there in front of the refs. I'm like, dude, you need to call this. They're holding Bosa almost every other play. They can't keep up with him, and it's just not getting called. But that's been the story of his career in the NFL. And hopefully that gets fixed. But overall, I do think it was a poor performance by the officials. I get it. It's week one. Both sides of the both teams got penalized today. Plenty of time. So I'm not going to say, oh, they're choosing one side. It was both sides. But the calls that they were calling, and it's just it was, I didn't quite like it. It could be better. But overall, what a great game. I'm just so excited about the future. This year should be great. Like I said, we have the Minnesota Vikings next week. That should be fun. I cannot wait to see what our defense does to Sam Darnold after a game we had with Aaron Rodgers. That should be a lot of fun. Liam says, I talked about this with Reed and Vince earlier. How about Joe Alt? Not sure if you got to watch any of the game, but 11 matchups against Max Crosby. He allowed 0 sacks and 0 pressures. So I had the NFL Red Zone going on all day. I was trying to keep up as much as I could, but I mean, no news is good news when it comes to offensive linemen, right? No news is good news. So Joe Alt allowed 0 sacks, 0 pressures. If you're not hearing his name, and most of the time they don't talk good about offensive linemen, right? Unless your name is Trent Williams or something, then that's really good. So that is an absolute beast of a week one matchup, Joe Alt against Max Crosby. And for him to allow 0 sacks, 0 pressures, yeah, Joe Alt is him, is what Reed is saying. Liam is correct here. So yeah, that is awesome. You guys got yourself a stud as expected. Overall, they are still losing to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. From what I saw today, the Niners are hungry. They're hungry, and I cannot wait to see what they decide to do in this upcoming games. But yeah, super excited. Don't know how much longer I'm going to be on here. Appreciate you guys joining me here live. I'm going to be doing this every single game, or yeah, post game for Niners. I will come out here. I'll go live. I'll go live on TikTok. I'll do my best. Like I said, it's my first time on here, and then I'll also go live here on YouTube. I'm still getting comments here on YouTube. Says they're losing to the Chargers in the bowl. Let's be real. Hey man, Harbaugh's doing amazing things out there. Harbaugh's it's going to be doing amazing things for the Chargers. Happy to see it. But you guys, I think that's all I got. If you're super excited, hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching on TikTok, find us on YouTube at NSP Football Talk. Hit that subscribe button. It helps out a ton. Appreciate every single one of y'all being here. And until next time, as always, keep on grinding. Love it. And for you,